Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. The AH-64 Apache was built for one purpose: find enemy forces, survive in dangerous airspace, and strike ground targets before they can threaten friendly troops. The original Apache entered U.S. Army service in the 1980s as a dedicated attack helicopter, replacing the older AH-1 Cobra in heavy attack formations. Decades later, the AH-64 Apache Guardian carries the same basic idea forward with improved engines, digital avionics, data links, advanced sensors, and the ability to work with unmanned aircraft. The helicopter is instantly recognizable. Its two-person crew sits in tandem, with the pilot behind and the co-pilot gunner in front. Above the rotor is the longbow fire control radar on many aircraft, while the nose contains the target acquisition and night vision systems. A 30mm M230 chain gun sits under the fuselage, and the stub wings can carry rockets, Hellfire missiles, and other mission equipment. The Apache can fly at more than 150 knots and bring heavy firepower close to troops on the ground. Training begins long before a helicopter reaches the range. Pilots study emergency procedures, mission planning, navigation, communications, and weapons employment in simulators. Inside the simulator, crews practice low-level routes, target handoffs, malfunctions, and radio calls without risking an aircraft. The purpose is repetition. A pilot must react correctly when altitude is low, terrain is close, and the aircraft is moving fast. Before flight, the crew conducts a careful pre-flight inspection. They walk around the aircraft, checking rotor blades, hinges, panels, antennas, weapon mounts, tires, hydraulic areas, sensors, and engine inlets. The crew looks for leaks, loose fasteners, cracks, damaged wiring, or anything that could fail in flight. Weapons are treated with the same discipline. Crews verify safeties, connections, ammunition status, and firing circuits before boarding. Once strapped in, the pilots power the aircraft, review displays, check radios, and start the engines. The rotors build speed, flight controls are tested, and the helicopter lifts into a hover. On a gunnery range, the Apache becomes a coordinated weapon system. One pilot flies while the other searches for targets, selects weapons, and confirms conditions for fire. Both understand where friendly forces, range boundaries, and other aircraft are located. Low-altitude attack flying demands patience and aggression at the same time. The Apache may move behind trees, ridgelines, or terrain folds, then rise briefly to observe. During low-pass gunnery, The helicopter closes on the target area, stabilizes just long enough to aim, fires a burst or launches a munition, and continues moving. Remaining still makes the aircraft easier to detect, so crews use speed, terrain, and teamwork to reduce exposure. From the cockpit, the ground appears close and fast. Pilots watch power margins, obstacles, wires, dust, and other aircraft while maintaining formation. Training flights show how Apaches fly in pairs or groups, spacing themselves so one aircraft can cover another. In Europe, U.S. Army Apaches operate with Allied forces, practicing anti-armor missions and close support for NATO ground units. Combined flights with helicopters such as the Eurocopter Tiger help crews learn procedures, radio discipline, and movement in shared airspace. At a range such as Baumholder in Germany, gunnery is more than pulling a trigger.
Nice spot, man. Real nice.
Crews move through classes, simulators, and practical exercises before live fire validates the aircraft and the aviator. The helicopter may begin behind cover, receive a target from another aircraft or ground observer, then turn toward the engagement area. The co-pilot gunner slews sensors onto the target, confirms identification, selects the gun, rockets, or missile, and announces the engagement. The pilot keeps the aircraft stable without becoming predictable. After firing, both crew members watch the impact, assess effects, and either re-engage or break away. That cycle turns a low-flying helicopter into a precise battlefield hunter. Every pass also teaches restraint. The crew must know when not to shoot, when terrain hides a friendly unit, and when dust, smoke, or movement makes identification uncertain. Speed matters, but judgment keeps the aircraft useful instead of dangerous to the force it protects below. The Apache remains feared because it can arrive low, identify a target quickly, fire accurately, and disappear behind terrain before the enemy can respond effectively under pressure. Keeping an Apache ready is a separate mission. The aircraft is powerful, but it is also dense with moving parts, sensors, wiring, hydraulics, weapons mounts, and avionics. Maintenance crews must understand the helicopter as both a flying machine and a weapons platform. Inside a hangar, work begins with inspection and documentation. Crew chiefs and mechanics review aircraft forms, check previous faults, and confirm which tasks are due. Panels are opened to expose gearboxes, drive shafts, hydraulic lines, flight control linkages, wiring bundles, and engine areas. Technicians look for leaks, worn hardware, loose clamps, corrosion, and heat damage. Rotor blades are examined for cracks, erosion, delamination, or impact marks that could grow under vibration. phase maintenance goes deeper than ordinary daily servicing. At scheduled intervals, the Apache is pulled from operations and examined section by section. Components are removed, measured, cleaned, lubricated, repaired, or replaced. Avionics specialists test displays, radios, navigation units, sensors, and electronic systems. The process is careful because a small hidden fault can become serious once the aircraft is flying low and fast. A hydraulic leak can affect controls. A damaged wire can interrupt a sensor. A loose panel can come free in rotor wash. Maintenance teams, therefore, use checklists, technical manuals, torque values, and quality control inspections before signing work complete. Weapons maintenance also matters. The 30mm gun must move correctly, feed properly, and respond to cockpit commands. Missile rails and rocket pods require electrical checks, mounting inspections, and cleaning. Any fault found during gunnery training returns to the maintenance team for troubleshooting. After work inside the hangar, the helicopter may be towed back to the flight line. Ground crews attach a tow bar, position spotters, release brakes, and move slowly through tight spaces. Everyone watches rotor clearance, tail clearance, ground equipment, and nearby aircraft. Once parked, the Apache is chalked, grounded, and prepared for the next flight. Their work also protects the crew at night and in bad weather, when instruments, sensors, lighting, and power systems become vital. The aircraft may look ready from outside, but only maintenance records prove it before launch again each time. Maintenance is not glamorous, but it decides whether the pilot's confidence is justified. Every safe takeoff, hover, low pass, and firing run begins with maintainers who found problems before the aircraft reached the battlefield. The Eurocopter Tiger, now known through Airbus helicopters, is another attack helicopter designed for close support, armed reconnaissance, and anti-armor missions. It entered service with European forces after a long development effort involving France and Germany, giving NATO armies a lighter, agile attack helicopter built around modern sensors, weapons, and battlefield mobility. The Tiger shares the attack helicopter principle with the Apache, but its design is different. The two crew members sit in tandem with a narrow frontal area, composite structure, and a focus on maneuverability. Depending on the version, it can carry a chin-mounted cannon, rockets, air-to-air missiles, anti-tank missiles, and sensor systems for day and night operations. Its empty weight is far lower than the Apache's, but the mission remains similar. Approach low, find the threat, and deliver accurate fire in support of ground forces. Preparation starts on the ground. Crews inspect rotor blades, engine areas, landing gear, sensors, pylons, panels, and cockpit systems. When weapons are loaded, specialists handle ammunition and rockets carefully. Confirm the correct station. connect electrical interfaces, and verify that safeties remain in place until the helicopter is ready for the mission. Every latch, cable, cover, and safety device is checked. A mistake on the ground could mean a weapon fails to fire, fires incorrectly, or creates danger for the crew. After startup, the Tiger lifts lightly from the pad and joins other aircraft for movement to the training area. German Tiger crews have trained at Grafenwohr in Germany and at Capo Toilata in Sardinia, Italy, during NATO exercises such as Noble Jump 23. In Sardinia, German Tiger and NH-19 helicopters supported training connected to NATO's Very High Readiness Joint Task Force, practicing movement, support, and interoperability with Allied forces. Simulation and gunnery training shape the crew's confidence before live exercises. Instructors can place the aircraft in difficult terrain, poor visibility, or fast-changing tactical situations. The crew practices target detection, weapon selection, communication, and evasive movement. When gunnery begins, the aircraft may fly low across the range, pop up to acquire a target, fire, and descend again to reduce exposure. Low-level mobility is the attack helicopter's natural environment. The Tiger uses ridges, trees, valleys, and folds in the ground to mask its approach. Together, the Apache and Tiger show why attack helicopters remain important even in an age of drones and missiles. They combine human judgment, sensors, firepower, and low-altitude maneuvering in one aircraft. Their crews train for precision, their maintainers protect reliability, and their tactics are built around appearing suddenly, striking hard, and leaving before the enemy can react. That balance of speed and control defines their work close to the ground during demanding Allied training missions. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.